Hey, what up, Fight World? It is your boy Ego. Yeah, we working. What up? What up with the game, man? We back in business. Time to talk some boxing. Oh shit. Hold on. Smash the like button. We the future. A lot of guys, they said they the future. But you know it's me. The truth. Ego Army. Y'all know, man. Y'all know I got a rep for y'all. That's why I keep coming with the content. I know they mad, but the content keep coming. Sometimes you gotta turn it up on these suckers. Okay. Junior said, "What's up, Ego? First time watching you live. Well, hope you enjoy." Shout out to Air Show Sports. He said, "Ego's Army. Ego, your live stream not popping up. How are you leaving that comment if it's not popping up? I don't get it. How can you comment on a video that's not popping up? Y'all gotta make that make sense." Shout out to David. I just got back from the boxing gym, had to check my man out, and he told me some interesting things. I'm not even gonna tell you who it is, but he was training, so I got some good footage. Um, he says Mikey Garcia is gonna kill Robert Easter. Those are his words. So now he gave a fight prediction. Um, he talked about some different things. See, I can't say too much because if I say it, then y'all know who it is. But shout out to my man. Shout out to Vegas for having me. I know they want to work like us, man. All we do is work and reap the benefits. Yeah, his fight prediction, he said Mikey Garcia is gonna kill him. Nah, I don't. He didn't mean like homicide kill. He just, you know what I mean. Junior says everyone in here get them likes up, man. I agree. Smash the like button. We gonna talk about Golovkin. What else is there? Dillian White. We gonna just keep talking about whatever's popping. Crawford Horn. I didn't get to see any of the LA stuff because I'm just out here living my best life in Vegas. So I didn't get to see. I just seen pictures of the Leo Santa Cruz press conference with Jermel Charlo and Trout. Make sure y'all smash the like button when you come in. Lots of interesting decisions upcoming, imminent. Eddie Hearn just said that he's afraid or something of Joshua versus Povetkin. He's scared or some shit. You scared, but you made the fight. Hey, this shit is funny. I love boxing, man. This shit is comedy. How you scared and you authorized the fight? You made the fight. It sounded like he was basically saying he's afraid because of Povetkin could play spoiler, which he can. Povetkin got cracks. You know what I mean? But how are you scared and you made the fight when you why would you be afraid of somebody playing spoiler when they didn't have to play spoiler if you made the Wilder fight next? Listen, can y'all hear me? Cause I can't see any of y'all comments. So I'm about to get off of here. If is anybody press the number 2 if y'all can hear me. Cause I can't see any new comments. Is it true Canelo versus Jacobs is an 80-20 split? Where did you even hear? Like, listen. Here's a new rule. If I didn't say it, don't ask me. I don't know. Cause y'all be coming up with these, oh, check Gervonta's Twitter. Listen, if I haven't reported on it, I try to stay up to date. So I don't know. If I haven't reported on it, I don't know nothing about it. Just that's a new rule. Who said De La Hoya just said like 2 days ago he's interested in making Canelo Jacobs. So where did you get 80-20? Who on earth said that? Where did that split come from? Like, are they even that deep in negotiations where they would be coming out publicly? Never told because I don't know. I really don't know some of the stuff you hear. You want me to come rumor? Filipino style what? Talk, dude. What? What are you talking about? Jason Voorhees, he's signing in from Crystal Lake. Hey, the black channels is lagging. That's why it's. I can't see y'all comments. I guess I have to end this stream. Can y'all hear me right now? If y'all can hear me, say yes. Because I'm about to cut this stream off because I can't see the comments coming up. It's not scrolling like normal. Is it clear? Is it choppy for y'all? Say choppy. If it's choppy for you, clear or choppy? Damn, some people are saying it isn't. Some people are saying it is. Triple G got stripped of the IBF belt. IBF hit him like Chris Brown. I just want to see you strip. So, yeah, he got stripped. Listen, Triple G's side, in my opinion, they've negotiated themselves into a hole. They've negotiated themselves into a hole. They put out all this stuff about what they would or wouldn't do, who they're going to listen to, who they're not going to listen to, um, what split they demand. And then it's like now they're in a position where it's like I said, they negotiated themselves into a hole. You said you want 50-50. Now Golden Boy made you budge. So now, like, either way, like, I haven't seen this in a long time ago. I haven't seen this in a long time ago. It's like no matter what, like is you know what you have to do to put yourself in a predicament where anything you choose is kind of a crazy option. That's a crazy predicament to be in. Do you know what I'm saying? A predicament where no matter what decision you choose, it's difficult. Like I'm really analyzing this Triple G thing. They sold too many wolf tickets. Someone said. Like Canelo failed the test. People were mad, but then when Triple G said he had proof that he was cheating in the first fight, and then Abel said his gloves were loaded too, people went off the deep end. Oh fuck, Canelo's really cheating. You know what I'm saying? And then it just put so much attention on it, more so than what was already the case. Then the fight gets canceled. I'm telling y'all, look at the timeline. The fight, Canelo hadn't been suspended for 3 weeks after failing the drug test. 3 weeks. And then Triple G and Abel did that tell all interview thinking, see, I know what they were thinking. See, sometimes when people do stuff, it's like Roseanne. She put that Twitter shit and she put it out there thinking that I guess it was funny. Obviously she had whatever reason for putting it, but then she just fuck around and got her show canceled. Fucking around with the fuck around. You feel me? I'm gonna play it back. See, I'll be coming up with these analogies for you. Roseanne, for whatever reason, something in her brain told her to release that tweet. Like it'd be funny, calling someone a Planet 8, whatever the fuck she was talking about, right? She did it, and then it didn't go obviously like she planned because who's gonna? They said she was getting like good money per episode, her and John Goodman. So she obviously probably is not dumb enough to be getting 250,000 an episode or whatever she was getting. I forgot the number, but I heard it was a lot of money for her and John Goodman. She would be a fool to get 250,000 and know it's going to get her show canceled if she releases a tweet with 200 characters or not release it and then still do it. So I firmly believe that was her joke or her like diss that she had to get out, and it backfired because now her show got canceled as a result because people were so offended by her joke. That's kind of what happened to Abel and Triple G to me. It's like I know what they were doing. They were trying to embarrass Canelo further, get more fans on them sides, on their side, make Triple G look better and make Canelo look worse, and like basically kick a man while he's down, like pour more salt in the wound. They did that, but they did it at a cost because the first fight was canceled, and then that's when everything else started downward spiraling. Junior says, "Yo, Ego, what do you think would be a fair, realistic purse?" That's not really up for me. I don't really care. You guys think I'm joking. Like, I don't know if people are trying to catch me up and see if I'm lying. I don't care what either of them get. I'm living my best life. They can make whatever they want. I don't really care what's a realistic purse because I'm a fan. Why would I care about how much money going in another man's checking account? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that benefit me? I can't eat off that. I can't. Like, when's the last time you had a car note or you had a bill? Let's say you have a Amazon Visa, and then you have to pay your minimum monthly payment for your Amazon Visa. In terms of fair, what we ask for in a world 50 is fair, but it's not. And that's the difference. The being about a fairness meter, Triple G getting 50-50, having most of the belts, and whatever you want to call it. I don't think that's like unfair. I don't think anyone's really arguing that it's unfair. But what people are arguing is that's not going to happen. That's not the reality of it. So your question is, what's a fair purse? 60-40, 50-50, those are all fair things. I could see that. I could see the argument for it. But again, life is not fair. And like, okay, speaking of fair, is it fair that Charlo did everything the WBC has requested for him to do? Was a champion in the former division, and Vanes Martirosyan gets the fight before he does against the guy he's calling out. Tell me, in since we're about the moral code and ethics and fairness, and we're looking at the fairness meter. Tell me, is that fair? Is that fair that Danny Jacobs gave Triple G a hell of a fight? In my opinion, beat him. Nonetheless, he pushed Triple G and he ended his knockout streak, and it was a close fight. And instead of him getting the rematch, Vanes Martirosyan got some money and got to fight him. Is that fair? Vanes fight was BS, so not fair. Exactly. So like, see, that's what I'm saying. People play all these types of games like, oh, this is not fair. This is fair. I mean, there's a lot of things in boxing that aren't fair. Adelaide Bird's scorecard wasn't fair. I don't think anyone won 10 rounds. But if you like, see, you got to stand for what you believe in. Like if you care about fairness, then there's a lot of things. There's a lot of issues in boxing. But see, this is the thing. Motherfuckers don't care about fairness when it comes to certain things that they don't want to represent. They care about fairness when it comes to their fighter. You know what I mean? The fighter that they're pushing for or whatever, or like. Jason's just joking. The Jason Voorhees dude. Yeah, so I mean, is it fair that Vanes Martirosyan came off the couch for 2 years and got the fight before Derevyanchenko, Billy Joe Saunders, Daniel Jacobs, Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, Demetrius Andrade, and Demetrius Andrade beat what's the name, Vanes Martirosyan. Edislandi Lada beat Vanes Martirosyan, and he called out Triple G a long time ago when Triple G was still running through guys. like before his knockout streak had been broken. None of them dudes got the fight. So why are you willing to fight Vondas Martirosyan, but Triple G said he'll move up? I mean, excuse me, Edislandi. Just ask yourself these questions. Edislandi Lada years ago called out Triple G, said he's willing to move up from 54, has the frame to do it, has arguably at that time his losses were really not losses against Canelo and Paul Williams, and he said he'll move up from 54 to 60. He didn't get the fight, but Vanes Martirosyan did. So I ask you again: is that fair? Is that fair that Edislandi Lada stylistically could give Triple G some problems? And he beat Vanes Martirosyan at the division Vanes fights at, and he was never able to get a Triple G fight. Yet Vanes off the couch was. And off a loss to Edislandi Lada. Demetrius Andrade, he was a U.S. Olympian just like Vanes Martirosyan. Maybe even the same year. I don't remember. He beat Vanes Martirosyan. He already moved up to 160 and had a 160 fight with a guy who was 6'5". And another guy that beat Vanes called out Triple G. He said, "I'll fight him late notice. I'll fill in for Canelo. I'll even tie my hand behind my back." He didn't get the fight. So there's a lot of things that ain't fair. Anthony Allen, $10 super chat. Can't wait till Saturday. It will be lit. Hope all cards are good. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. Listen, y'all gotta just deal with the lag for temporarily. I don't. I got hotel Wi-Fi, so I'm limited by that. I mean, I could turn off the Wi-Fi. Did I see Fury's comments on Wilder Joshua? No. Which Fury? Peter, Tyson, Huey? I ain't see nothing from any of them. Okay, I'm about to put someone in the hot seat. I think I need to put D Jones in the hot seat. I saw the Triple G Vanes fight as a tune-up. Canelo blew the event. So Canelo blew the event. You're not gonna keep using this excuse. He blew the event. Then why was it why here, you're in the hot seat. Let's go. Why was it Triple G's obligation to save the Mexican date? Why did he feel that he had to absolutely fight on that date? See, they want to blame Canelo. He created the chain of events. I give you that. But why did Triple G have to fight on that date? Please explain. Why did he have to fight on that hot seat? I said hot seat. Why did he have to fight on that date? Would have been over a year layoff. No, he fought in September. What are you talking about? Strike one for lying. How would it be a year layoff? I was at his fight. He fought in September. So if he didn't fight in May, it wouldn't have been a year layoff. He could have fought in June, July, or August and had more time to prepare. So strike one for lying. What else you got? These motherfuckers be trying to lie, and I'm at the fights. He fought in September, so it wouldn't have been a year. And besides that, him fighting in over a year, he could have fought. Why did he? Because he was waiting for Canelo. So that's really a strike two. That's really a strike two because nobody told him to wait till May, wait for Canelo. He did that because he was chasing the payday, because he wants the rematch. Nobody told him he has to fight Canelo next. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even really use that. But I'll leave you with one strike. We'll just count that as one strike. Vegas is cool. The weather is cooling down. It was hot today, this morning, but it's beautiful right now, and it's lit on the strip because of the hockey game, Game 5. This dude in the hot seat. So explain that. Why was it imperative? You said Canelo. See, y'all want to keep using this Canelo blew the event excuse. Cool. He blew the event. Then why did he fight on that date? Why didn't he just let the whole event crumble? Because it would have all been Canelo's fault. So why did he have to save the date? Especially if he didn't have adequate time to get. Why? Especially if he didn't have to get adequate time to if he didn't have adequate time to prepare and get the proper opponent with proper promotion. You know what I'm saying? Why not just hold off and fight in June, July? You know what I mean? Just take a couple weeks off and then resume your camp like other people have had to do. You know what I mean? And especially when you're charging the consumer. You're charging the consumer for this. So why was it? Where's this dude? He said, okay, he says, I don't know why I saved the date, but he was training for a fight. His fans was pleased. Strike two. Martin Murray was training for two fights, and guess what? Billy Joe Saunders pulled out of both of them. That's not an excuse. You listen. If this is everyone says boxing is a business, and his fans were pleased, how do you know? Because there's fans. I was at the fight. I was at that fight too, and there was gaping holes in it. There were gaping holes. That's why they had to move it out of Vegas to Southern California. Strike two. What else you got? You ain't got nothing better than this? Triple G had right around the same amount of fans at the thing or somewhere in the same proximity as Ryan Garcia the night before. So it clearly wasn't that big of a fight because if it was so big of a fight, then why did they take it out of Vegas? Because they knew they couldn't sell that fight to Vegas. Vegas is big business. They're not, you know what I mean? A fight of that, they couldn't put it in the major casino, MGM. Why did they keep Vanes Mata? Listen, y'all want to play games with the kid. Okay. Why didn't they keep the fight at Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena? Triple G versus Vanes Matarosen. That's my question to you. Okay. Since y'all want to play games, this we'll get to the bottom of it right now. Why did they had the T-Mobile booked May 5th, Canelo Golovkin booked, right? Why did they move it from the T-Mobile? Why not just keep it at the T-Mobile? Canelo, you had to save the fans date or whatever. You had to keep the Mexican dates. So you tell me why they moved the location out of the state. That's my question to you. Why did they take it out of the venue? Why didn't they just leave it in the venue? If Triple G was doing this for the fans and all this, then why didn't they just keep it in the same location? Canelo fucked it up. You already had the venue unlocked. Explain it. Why did they take it out of the T-Mobile Arena? Andre Ward versus Kovalev 1 was at the T-Mobile Arena. I was there. Right? Amir Khan versus Canelo, which wasn't about shit as a fight. You know what I mean? We knew the outcome. That was at the T-Mobile Arena. Several UFC cards. Canelo and Triple G would have sold out, not a Triple G versus Vanes fight. That's why I said tune-up. Strike three. You just proved my point. It's because the fight wasn't fucking good enough to be at the T-Mobile Arena. Right? Let's not play games. Because it wouldn't have done well at the T-Mobile Arena. So if you're going to fight somebody, like Canelo ruined it, we know that. But if you're going to fight someone, then why not fight somebody adequate where you can actually sell some tickets, maybe even keep the location, right? If you're so confident in Triple G's star power. Why not? That's why they took it out of the T-Mobile. Then they were going to have it at the MGM. They took it out of that and then decided to put it at the StubHub because they knew the type of fight it was. It wasn't a fight that people would shell out cash, and they knew it. But if you honestly put Charlo, Jacobs, Andrade, you probably could have kept it in Vegas. I would come out to Vegas for that. And I spend good money being in these hotels and Ubering and food. I spend good money, hard-earned money, to be out here in somebody else's bedroom. You know what I'm saying? A hotel bedroom for 5 days. But I would have came out for Andre, Triple G. Am I saying it would be as big as Canelo? No. But it would have been salvageable. So you have three strikes. Do you have anything else before we go to the voting? Bro, the Vanes Matarosen fight That, like, these promoters aren't dumb. They know what their feet. They like a promoter knows when they're giving you a stellar event, a fight that the fans have been demanding, and they know when they're giving you something that isn't what people have been demanding. Period. Why would I give him timeout when I beat him? That's not the rules. He didn't beat me. He didn't almost beat me. He struck out. So at the end of the day, Triple G's handlers knew they couldn't sell Vanes Matarosin. So it's like you take it to an area where you think you can fool the fans, or you know what I mean, like at least you could charge less money and stuff. Vegas venues and stuff alone probably run more than the StubHub. Like if I had to put on an event at the StubHub or T-Mobile, I'm pretty sure the T-Mobile, being that it's bigger, state of the art on the strip, I'm sure it costs more for them to run ads and billboards. I'm sure all that costs more in Vegas. So, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they knew it wouldn't sell. That's why they relocated. See, listen, it's just like Triple G's team backing off of the 50-50. Why back off? Why back off of what you believe in? If you feel that you're honestly worth, listen, you guys can't win with these weak strawman arguments. If you and your team feel you've been unjustly treated, and you believe you're telling the people that you deserve 50-50, then why'd you back off? Why'd you back off the 50-50? Because you knew that Canelo's an A side. All right, we got another hot seat. You know what? I'm gonna spare this dude because he wasn't that bad, and whatever. We got another one. His name is Hunky Sam. Now I'm gonna use you, and you ain't getting spared. Ego, will you quit making Triple G look like he's ducking when he's not? How am I doing that? How am I doing something other than reporting what's going on with Triple G and saying he has some tough decisions to make upcoming? So you explain it. Who did I make him look like he's ducking that he's not? I could do this all day. I'm in Vegas. I'm chilling. Name who I made him look like he's ducking that he's not. You making it seem like he ducking Charlo. What did I say? Go off with now. Okay, we get his standpoint. Everybody that's listening to this hot seat, we heard your standpoint. Now, what did I say to make it look like he's ducking Charlo that is incorrect? Right? And I never even said he's ducking Charlo. I just put the facts out there about what's he has tough decision. But I never just said, "Oh yeah, he's ducking," because Charlo said, "Oh, he's not. I don't know. I wouldn't say he's ducking. It's business." You saying he fought Vanes instead of Charlo? Strike one. Hold on. See, this is how emotional people are. He said, "You saying he fought Vanes instead of Charlo," but he did fight Vanes instead of Charlo. That's a fact. How am I making Triple G look any type of way when he actually fought Vanes? Like I could understand if I said he was going to fight Vanes or some shit that didn't happen. He fought him. You guys look silly. You guys in the comment, you man fans. Triple G has said many times he will fight Charlo. He hasn't fought him. I'm going off of fact. You said, "Oh, you're making it seem like he's ducking." What did I do? Oh, because you said he fought Vanes, but he did fight Vanes. So how is that my fault? How is this a me thing? What he did, I was at the fight. Y'all seen the videos and the footage. So how you gonna say I'm making it look like he was trying to fight Vanes when he did fight Vanes? Strike one. What else you got? Jason Voorhees trying to give you another strike. He said fact. Cause he gets to handpick every fight, right? Strike two. What are you talking about? Listen, how are you gonna blame me for saying, "Oh, you're making it sound like he ducked"? And I said, "What did I say?" You said because you said he fought Vaughness, which he did fight. I was at the fight. I have footage of it. I have footage of him fighting Vanis and Vanis rolling on the ground. Like, so how is that my problem when that's actually what happened? Blame the promoter or trainer, not the fighter. He has been open about fighting Charlo. So now Triple G has no say in his career. So he really didn't want to fight Vanis. It was Tom Loeffler. But either way, Tom Loeffler and Abel, they're the ones managing his career or managing the training of his career. So why would only them get blamed but not the fighter? You guys look terrible, bro. Strike two. Now he's saying blame the trainer and blame the promoter. But you blame me somehow for him fighting Vanis. And you say, yeah, you're making it look like he's ducking Charlo. Tony said you on life support. That's all you have to do is ask these cats to explain. Exactly. Blame ego. Blame me because he fought Vanis Marrosin and I talked about it. I could understand if I lied on him and said he fought Rod Salka or something and he really never fought him. Bro, you got one more comment. You about out of here. You got two clean ass strikes. So, what else do you have to say? How is this my fault that he fought Vanis and I'm talking about it? Looking shaky, baby. Someone said just give up, hunky. J Dog, you see? Do you see what I have to go through? I get blamed. Oh, you're making it seem like he ducked. If you feel he ducked because I told you factual information, that sounds like more of an insecurity with you than me. The only way you could say otherwise is if I'm not saying facts, if I'm not being truthful, and I'm not telling you. If you feel he ducked, then that's what you feel. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. That don't have nothing to do with me. It don't have nothing to do with me at all. I'm telling you facts. So the only way that I could be doing this and making it sound like he's ducking is if you believe he's ducking because of I'm exposing factual information. He says you buy. Hold on. Nobody block him. We gonna have fun with this one. You biased as fuck. Bye, Felicia. Don't run away now when you getting your ass beat in this hot seat. Don't try to run away. So, explain how I'm biased. What did I say that was non-factual about Triple G or about Tom Loeffler or about Abel Sanchez? Don't run away now talking about bye, Felicia. What did I say that was bias? Do you know what bias means? Do you guys have a dictionary nearby? What does bias mean? How are you biased for being accurate and checking your work, dotting your I's and crossing your T's and telling facts? How does that make me biased? Like if I was just on the strip, right? It's hot as fuck in Vegas, or earlier it was, and then I pull out my phone and it says it's 104, and then I get on this live stream and I'm like, man, it's scorching in Vegas. Jeff Horn was right. It's 104 degrees, and then you go outside and it is hot and it is 104. Would you say I'm biased because I just told you an accurate readout of the weather? You see how stupid these dudes sound? That's why you should never go against the dawn because it doesn't make sense. Would you guys call me biased if I went outside, came back into my hotel, and I was sweating, and I was like, man, I checked the weather, and it was 104 out there. It's hot, and I see other people fanning themselves and shit, and then I get on this live stream, and then I said it was hot, and then you go out there yourself, check the temperature, and you find out it's hot. Would that make me biased? How would that make me biased because I told you something that is accurate? This is what they want to do. Oh, fake news, you're biased. Okay, why? So don't run away now. How am I biased? What did I say that was inaccurate? I told you we just having fun. I've already turned him into a corpse, and we just gonna resurrect him. We're gonna have a seance and do it again. See, and this was you guys don't understand. You're only making me look like a god, like Thor, because Your argument is so weak and it's making you look bad. It's not making me look bad. This just makes me keep winning. Yes, Triple G got he got stripped of his IBF belt. You ain't no damn god, ego. Whatever. See how they're trying. All right, I'm Thor. Deal with it. I'm from Asgard. You see how they try to get cited? You're not a god. I don't pray to you. Hey, where's this dude at? Where's this dude? I told you I wanted to resurrect his corpse and then kill him again in this hot seat. And he ran off talking about bye Felicia. Yeah, you better run off because you ain't got nothing to say. You ain't winning this one. What did I say that was biased, my friend? See, I'm telling you, that's how you can always separate facts from this emotional stuff. Where is this dude at? Hey, I can't wait all day. Give them shooters. Do I have any shooters in the building? If there are any shooters in the building, please announce yourself. We got to shooters. Just count to 10 and block him because I'm not waiting all day for him. Somebody snitch his name. What's his name again? I can't even keep up with these bums. Y'all got to tell me his name again. Oh, you already got him? Okay. Fuck, fuck that. Yeah, man. Stop sending bums for me. If you want to have someone debate me, send some real life great talking points so we could go heads at it for the fans. Cause this is like punching a baby. Like you don't get cool points off of this. It's like these dudes are getting brutally demolished in the debate. J Dog already clapped him. Everybody give my shooter J Dog a round of applause. We run the game now. Once again, you see how this is what they try to do. Oh, ego, you're goddamn biased. Oh, what did I say? You're making it sound like he ducked Charlo. What did I say? You said he fought Vonist. You said he fought Vonist in his last fight. Like, so I'm biased because I said he fought Vonist in his last fight, but he actually fought Vonist in his last fight. This don't even make sense. How does that even make sense? And this is how we know the energy because if Broner misses weight and I do a video and I say, "Hey, Broner missed weight," would they be calling me biased? Would they be like, "Oh, you're fucking biased"? No, because they probably don't like that particular fighter or whatever, and they're okay with those facts being exposed. You see the game that they try to play? Like I said, would that same guy, do you honestly think if Broner missed weight and I got on live stream and I'm like, man, Broner got to get that in check, he missed weight. Do you think he would be mad and calling me biased because I told that fact? No, because that's a fact that he wants to hear. That's a fact that he doesn't care about hearing, right? But when it comes to Triple G, maybe you like him and you don't want those facts to be known. You don't want it to be broadcasted or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what this whole boxing game is like. Even if it's true, they're so emotional in their fan. They just don't want you to say it. They know how Triple G looks right now. They know the inconsistencies. They know he has tough decisions. Listen, I've never said anything else. Triple G is a good fighter. He's a good fighter. You know what I mean? I don't hate him. So people, oh yeah, fucking. If I hate him, I would just lie about him. But I'm not doing that. I'm just listening what his team's saying, listening what he said, and I have questions. Period. How are you gonna say, give me the belts, all of the belts, middleweight history, I want all the belts, and then now your trainer saying, oh, they can have the belts. Triple G gonna do what he wants to do. Then what's the difference than what Canelo did? When Canelo gave up his belt and did what he wanted to do and didn't let the WBC tell him what to do, what's ultimately the difference between those two decisions? Honestly, what is the difference? Like, if Jeff Horn says, "Oh, I don't give a fuck if the WBO tells me to do something, I'm not going to do something. I'm not going to fight my mandatory." I'm not gonna fight Crawford. And then I criticize Jeff Horn, and then Terrence Crawford, let's say he beats Jeff Horn and he's the WBO champion, and then Terrence Crawford says, "Man, fuck my mandatories. I'm gonna do what I want to do." If I criticize Jeff Horn for it, then why wouldn't I criticize Crawford for it? Vice versa. It's that simple. I criticized Canelo Alvarez when he vacated his belt. Why the fuck would I not criticize Golovkin, whose team has said a lot more than Canelo's team? Like Reynoso, the Reynosos, I never really see them say outlandish things as much as I mean, obviously they back their fighter and all that, but I never see them just make headlines, and you don't really see all the interviews from them like Abel Sanchez. Like the Reynosos, I never heard him say, "Oh, Canelo, he's gonna knock out anyone from 154 to 168." They're not really doing all from what I've seen, and I've watched Canelo's whole career. I never heard the Reynosos say make statement. No one can go 12 rounds with Canelo from 54 to one. They never did all that. You know what I'm saying? But either way, Canelo got that work. Cotto got that work. Why would Triple G not get that work when he's doing similar things, if not worse? Man, but I understand these dudes is hurt. I'd be hurt too, because if you've been led astray and led to believe certain things, and you argued for certain things, and then now the recent actions and statements from that team that you were like vouching for, like put it this way: what if, like, just here, if y'all want this analogy, we got to get to 100 likes, and then can I get a hell yeah? Smash the like button. Can I get a hell yeah? I'm gonna give y'all an analogy. I'm gonna give y'all. I think it's a solid analogy. These dudes are getting demolished with the debate. Better and profound commentary now. I don't know what that means, but I mean I know what the words mean, but I don't understand who you're saying that to or whatever. All right, smash the like button. All right, let's say let's say you were friends with a guy, like you know what I mean, it was your boy or whatever, and your boy is being charged for murder, right? And you were defending him. You were like, nah, I've hung out with him, and he was saying he didn't murder the people, and he was accused of this heinous crime. A whole family got murdered, right, in a house, and he was accused of it, and he was denying it, and you were vouching for him. You were like, nah, I know him. I know Roger for 18 years. He would never do a thing like that. He was always a people person. Nah, he was always gentle with children, and he was a cool dude, and never harmed anyone, never really lifted a finger. And he's still denying it, right? And then it comes out in courts, they catch him up in something that kind of links him, like, oh, we have forensic DNA evidence to link you to the crime. And then he comes out to get a plea agreement, right? And he's like, yeah, I murdered them all. Here's how I did it. And he confesses the whole thing. So I understand why it hurts, because now you sat up here for weeks before he officially got caught up in what in the case, defending something. Oh, he would never do that. He wouldn't do that. He couldn't do that, right? And then it comes out they have some forensic evidence that ultimately links him within the certainty of 10 and 10 trillion to this crime, and then he finally comes out, and then now all of a sudden you just sit there like, damn, I was telling everybody how he would never murder him. I guess he did murder him. So you got to deal with, you have to have that tough conversation with yourself. So I understand it, because a lot of these motherfuckers in the comment section, they were happy Canelo, they didn't like him or whatever. So they're like riding for the, what Golovkin was saying. Yeah, Golovkin said he wants all the belts. Yeah, it's about legacy. Yeah, middleweight history. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then now all of a sudden, when facts and actions are starting to come out, you see that, damn, Triple G, he's moving like these other guys. Like he's not a far cry from what Canelo was doing. Canelo, his mandatory is Golovkin. Golovkin like tried to force him to get the fight in 2016, and Canelo said, "You know what? Fuck this. I'm not going to be met with these artificial deadlines. If he wants to fight me at 55. I'm not going to fight him at 160. You can have this WBC belt, right?" And then Canelo got criticized for it. But now the tables are turning because all the people they were happy. They were happy that Triple G punked Canelo and made him look that bad. But then now when Triple G's making these same business decisions, similar decisions to the ones that he's criticized other for, now you look like a hypocrite. Because like if you don't say anything, so what do? They either ignore it, try to blame me for talking about it, or act like they didn't see it, or act like they can't understand the relation. But in actuality, I'm asking you guys one more time. Canelo in 2016 versus Triple G's decision making, him and his team's statements in 2018. What is the difference? What honestly, what's the difference? Canelo said, "I'm going through a lawsuit. Fuck the WBC. I ain't fighting my mandatory. Take your punk ass belt back." What's the difference? Triple G said, "I ain't fighting Derevchenko. Fuck you mean? I'm not fighting him. Little money. I'm trying to get a big fight, money fight with Canelo." You know what I'm saying? His trainers basically said the same thing about the WBC. We don't care what they talk about. Golovkin's gonna have who he wants to have. He gonna do what he wants to do, not who the IBF says he has to have, not who the WBC says he has to have. We gonna do what we want to do. Pensacola, we talk tonight. And now you guys is like scattering like roaches, you man fans, because you can't face the music and you know what the fuck I'm saying is true. See, I'm just the realest motherfucker in here that cover fights. You know what I mean? There's a lot of other people that might be talking this boxing, but I do it all. Like I cover fights and I still talk talk boxing. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's not much different, if not no difference, to what Canelo did. Canelo had his reason why he said fuck the WBC, fuck that belt. Here, take it back. I don't really need it. If I got to fight my mandatory in September and negotiate him, and I'm not ready to, then fuck it. Derevchenko, why didn't he get his opportunity? They wanted the fight. All right, Junior Mafia. I guess I'm Biggie because you ain't on my level. You Junior Mafia. So I'm gonna turn this Junior Mafia into Little C's. Lil Kim probably. How is it different? You name it. You in the hot seat. Tell me how. Tell me how it's a difference in situation from what Canelo did, vacating his belt in 2016, to what Golovkin's doing. So I guess I'm Biggie. Oh, that's real. Junior Mafia. Who the hell is stopping you? I guess I'm Biggie. Tell me. Explain this difference. We finna wild out like Nick Cannon. Man, I start blamming with the can. Oh my God, bars. Let's go. What's the difference? Please tell us. Somebody remember his name, because I don't even remember. What's the difference? Oh, it's Junior Mafia. Ugh, everybody hit the DECK. My slow flow's remarkable. Peace to Mateo. Where is he at? Jairo Martinez, you just sound lost as fuck. So I'm not. You don't even really get no real response from me. What? So Triple G is running from Canelo now? You don't even know what you're talking. Like who? No, who even said that? What are you talking about? You're lost. All right. Junior Mafia replied in the hot seat. Golden Boy was protecting Canelo from a very tough fight, probably losing against the prime Triple G. And Canelo didn't have experience in the middleweight division. Strike one. What the fuck is you talking about? What are you talking? Do you, why would you be in the hot? What are you talking about? I asked you to say the difference between Canelo vacating his belt and then, if anything, it might even be worse because Canelo vacated his belt. He just didn't go through with the negotiations and or ultimately fight as mandatory. Triple G got stripped and the belt taken from him from the sanctioning body for not fighting as mandatory. So Canelo kind of he pulled the plug before it ultimately happened. Triple G got something taken from him. So anyway, strike one. You're supposed to be explaining that, and you start talking about Golden Boy and De La Hoya and all that. What are you talking about? Strike one. Okay. Come on, Junior Mafia. You looking like Junior Whopper. What's the difference between Canelo making a decision, a business decision, or whatever decision, to not fight Golovkin and relinquishing his belt, and Triple G making his decision for whatever reason to not fight his mandatory and Derevyanchenko and being stripped of the belt? Oh my God. 15 seconds, please. 'Cause see, this is why the hot seats are starting. Like, I love doing it, but it just takes too long. I feel like I always have to end up waiting. There's rarely an opponent opposite for me where it's like an even nice flow. You know what I mean? Like if this was a game show where they only have 30 seconds to respond. I always have to wait forever. That's the only thing I dislike about the hot seat is they always take forever to respond. Junior Mafia, you're starting to stall. 15 seconds. Just answer that. What's the difference? Because you said it was a difference. Everybody has their popcorn, and we're waiting for your reply to see what the difference is. Because you have the obviously the keys and the secret to Narnia, and you won't even explain what you said. Who shot you? Separate the weak from the obsolete. Hard to creep. The Brooklyn sleep. The Brooklyn streets is on. Fuck all that bickering beef. Thundering like Sasquatch feet. Man, who shot you? Separate the weak from the That's what I'm doing. Separating the weak from the obsolete. Hard to creep them Brooklyn streets. All right, he got 10 seconds, man. Show must go on. Junior Mafia, please let us know what the difference is, which puts you in the hot seat. 8. They said, I could hear the sweat trickling down your cheek. Damn, it's hard to creep them Brooklyn streets. 6 seconds. It's bone and biggie, biggie. It's bone. Let's ride. With mandolins and violins. Try not to sin, try not to win. High off, we need oxygen. Steadily counting them Benjamins. If you knew what the game would do to you. Look at all the bullshit I've been through. 4 seconds. TC said it best. Ain't too many can bang with us. Straight up, we no angel dust. Label us notorious. Thug at Nate love the bus. Y'all niggas be scrambling, gambling. 2 seconds. Shooters, get rid of him. That's it. We done. Shooters, Junior Mafia, get rid of him. He's supposed to be answering the hot seat, and he wouldn't do it. Hello from Russia. Shout out to Russia. Y'all got an upcoming fight, Povetkin versus Anthony Joshua. I don't know if it'll be in Russia, but good luck. That's a dangerous fight for Joshua. Hey, shooters, please get Junior Mafia out so we can continue. All this stalling for no reason. Anyway, what's the difference? They don't know. Y'all gotta like, is this the best that y'all casuals have? Like, is this like, you know how like you defeat all the other casuals and you have to fight like the master casual? Like, can y'all send like the master casual, like the king casual, the ultimate casual, at least that has some form of argument? Hey, ego, why don't media press Abel when he flip flop with his answers? I don't know you beat, I don't know you lost, so I can't speak for anybody else. See, but some people in the game they don't want to ask the tough questions because they worried about an exclusive. But I mean, I make money regardless. I am the exclusive. I am the exclusive. I'm money ego. So like I'm not out here like I would never like hopefully, you know what I mean? Like not hopefully, but I wouldn't unless people disrespect me. But I don't just go out here disrespect. When Triple G now he wants to respond. I thought she was gone. Hold on. When Triple G was done with the Vanes fight, he had 90 days to decide for a Derevchenko fight or lose his belt. He wanted to secure the Canelo fight for a big payday. You why would you wait to shooters block him? Block him, please. He what is listen. Hold on, I gotta block him because he waited until he got counted out, and then I guess he thought I was gonna forget. Bye bye, Junior Mafia. Get money, sitting on the living room floor, playing Nintendo. I said, bye, Junior Mafia. Listen, I know what Triple G's team is doing. They want to get a Canelo payday, right? Dante pressed Abel a few years ago. Shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation. See, you got to be a real one. But listen, the thing is, Triple G's team, I think they mishandled the situation. Canelo fucked up. We get it. But they could have avoided this had they fought a better fight, a tougher test, but not even like a proven elite test. Fight your mandatory. If you would have fought Derevchenko, who hasn't even proved. Listen, Derevchenko, he seems solid, but he has never fought anyone as good as Golovkin on his pro resume. He hasn't. He fought Deshaun Johnson, who has like double digit losses. Shout out to my dude, Deshaun, but that's a fact. And Golovkin sparred with Deshaun Johnson, and so did Conor McGregor for the Floyd fight. But that's beside the point. He fought Toriano Johnson, who had already been knocked out by Curtis Stevens. Derevchenko ain't even fought anybody. So you wanted a easier fight that bad, where you're not even going to fight a Derevchenko? You know what I'm saying? Derevchenko would have been a good fight for the StubHub because he hasn't. That would have been a step up for him. He shows good power. He looks pretty durable, and it probably would have been more competitive. But in your search, your quest to fight somebody that you could blow out, which he did to Vanes Martirosyan, with all things considered, lay off, loss, move up in weight, then it was an easy fight. Like I literally listened. I was at the fight. I literally listened to people like, man, that was weak because it wasn't a competition. So either you know something about Derevchenko because he was an amateur from the same region, you know, what I mean, Ukraine, Russia area. You know something about him, so you don't want that fight, or you know he's a risk or something because you could have did that, satisfied your mandatory, and then you would have still had your belt. Period. Why wouldn't you fight Derevchenko? Like I said, he hasn't even proven anything on the like Daniel Jacobs. Okay, last minute notice. Maybe you don't want to fight a guy like that because he's already given you a tough fight and he was in camp for Selesky. So maybe you don't try to bother him because you already know he's a tough fight and it's a total switch of opponent from Canelo. But you're not even willing to fight Derevchenko, who again he looks solid. He looks good. I think upcoming once he steps up, we'll get to see more of what he's made of. But you won't even, you know what I'm saying? You're not even going to fight a guy who's unproven as a pro, and you know it's going to result in not getting your belt. You're going to get your belt taken away. And this is the thing: Canelo fucked up. You could have fought Derevchenko, and then if you get past him, you would be right in line for Canelo in September. But obviously, his team must have viewed Derevyanchenko as too much of a risk. So they're like, fuck that. Why would we fight him? You know what I'm saying? And ruin this Canelo bag or look suspect in it. So to me, that's more of a confidence thing. All right, here I got a game. I like playing games with y'all. Smash the like button. If y'all want to play this game, smash the like button. I got an analogy, a little game. Name an up and coming guy who looks like really good at 140 or 147, but doesn't have that many fights. But they look like they could be the truth. Few fights, up and coming, about 40, 47. Somebody start name. Spence is a champion. Non-champions. I'm talking about guys who are just looking pretty good. Bud is a champion. Oh my gosh, can y'all are saying champions? Regis Prograis. Okay, fine. That's a good one. Thank you. Y'all, some of y'all don't even. This is what's wrong with boxing. Some of y'all can't listen to a simple question. I'm like, name somebody who has few fights, but they look like they could be the truth. You know what I mean? And even though Regis Prograis, I believe he's a champion now, but he's super new. You know what I mean? Because he just got the belt since Terrence Crawford moved up. Okay, nah, I just said that to Jose. He's a champ. We can use him. No, no. Jose Ramirez or Regis. Listen, here. That's good. Y'all was naming people who are already established. Okay, we'll use Regis Prograis, right? Just hear me out. Let's say, even though I know I know Regis Prograis is at 40, let's say he was at 47. So he's looking the same way, knocking out Ndongo, and let's say all of his accomplishments were at 47, right? Let's say Floyd Mayweather's the champion at 47, which he's been a champion at 47, right? Just hear me out. Regis Prograis, let's say all of his accomplishments instead of being at 40 were at 47. And Regis Prograis became Floyd's mandatory, right? And he wanted to fight Canelo next for a lot of money. Do you think Floyd Mayweather would not take on his mandatory in Regis Prograis because he didn't want to ruin his shot at Canelo in September? Or, you know what's funny? I just thought of this. Robert Guerrero had only lost one time, and he avenged that loss and won by stoppage. He was Floyd Mayweather's mandatory. So, despite how you rated the end of Robert Guerrero's career, those are facts at the end of. I mean, those are facts at the time Floyd fought him, and Robert Guerrero was Floyd's mandatory. The Canelo fight, I remember Canelo was supposed to be on that card, and he pulled out because he said, "See, I got all this stuff up here, people." Canelo pulled out of that fight card because he said if Floyd is not going to promise to fight him, then he wants off the card because he was starting to rise as a star. And then he ended up fighting Austin Trout like the month before in April, right? But my point is this. Do you think Floyd would not fight a Robert Guerrero or a Regis Prograis because he feared losing to them or they were too big of a risk and he knew he was going to make a lot of money in Canelo in September? That's my question to you guys. J Dog, I want you to answer too. Oh my gosh, J Dog is a G. J Dog says Floyd would have fought Regis to prepare for the hard fight in Canelo in September. Boom. That's a great point. Floyd fought like guys like Maidana before Pacquiao. Wow. You know why he did that? Because Maidana is rugged, has power, awkward. Pacquiao's awkward with power, and that's great preparation. Two Maidana fights and then fight Pacquiao. So once again, I'm gonna ask the question again. Do you think Floyd would elect to get his belt stripped to not fight his WBC mandatory Robert Guerrero or let's say Regis Prograis, who looks really good and has power, if that was his mandatory? And the WBC says you could either fight him now or you got to fight him within 90 days, and you won't be able to fight Canelo next in September. Do you think Floyd would have been like, man, fuck that, strip me. I'm not fighting him in May or August? Honestly, just answer that, please. Floyd knew he can beat him. What the fuck does that mean? Answer the question. He would pay them to wait. See, okay, I'm gonna put you in a hot seat because now it's just a bunch of like Floyd slander. Okay, Mark Wunderlich, he said he would pay them to wait. Why would Floyd Mayweather pay Regis Prograis to wait? Why would he pay Robert Guerrero to wait? And he actually fought Robert Guerrero. Why? What? Based on what do you believe Floyd would actually pay his mandatory to wait? A guy that was in his division. Like, what has he ever done that leads you to believe that he would pay his mandatory to wait? You see how they just be saying stupid shit? You only get one response because I'm not gonna let these dudes slow up the flow. So, good luck. What what makes you believe that he would Mark Wunderlich? I take that back. He have the money. Okay, I'm gonna give you another opportunity. What makes you believe that Floyd Mayweather would pay his mandatory money just to not fight them so they didn't spoil the fight with Canelo in September? Mark, you gotta do better. You in the hot seat. Everybody's counting on you. What has Floyd's career? When has he ever done that? Why would you? Why would you say that would be the case? I'm just wondering where, because everyone has an opinion. I get that, but I want to know what has created your opinion. It has to be some history or something. You just think he would do that for the first time and he's never done that? Oh, you like the Nirvana shirt? Thank you. Shout out to Nirvana. That's my shit. Shout out to rest in peace, Kurt Cobain. Once again, when has Floyd ever done that? When has Floyd paid his mandatory just to not fight him, just so they didn't get in the way, and and because he felt he would lose to them, or they would be too risky? J Dog, get him out here. Get Mark out of here. Get him out of here. He's stalling. See, this is what I'm saying. This is not the stream for you. If you're not talking real boxing and you can't back up what you say, don't come to my streams. It's not the spot. I'm telling you. This is like Death Row East. These dudes, again, they want to say stuff that they think that they don't like Floyd, for example, so they just want to say whatever. Those days are done. If you feel that about Floyd, fine. But all we're asking for you to explain your thoughts. Why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that Floyd would pay Robert Guerrero his mandatory instead of fighting him when he actually fought Robert Guerrero and then fought Canelo next? Crazy. Jason Voorhees going in on you. So back to my original question that I posed. Does anyone really believe that Floyd would not fight a mandatory like Robert Guerrero or like a Regis Prograis because he was worried that they were too risky of a fight and he didn't want it to get in the way of his mega fight? No, because why the fuck would you fight Maidana after you beat Broner twice, knowing you still had the Pacquiao fight that could have been made? You know what I'm saying? Floyd took two dangerous fights before the Pacquiao fight. Both Maidana fights. We know Maidana's awkward with power, and he was a champion when he fought him the first time. But when it comes to Triple G, he elected not to fight Derevyanchenko, probably because it's high risk, low reward. You know what I mean? He probably felt it didn't match up, and just to not spoil him and his team probably felt just to not spoil the Canelo fight. Why would we take a tough fight like that? So that has to show you something about the confidence of the fighter and the fighter's team. If Triple G is feared like they said, then what's the point with what's the problem with facing him? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't the boogeyman? They said he was the boogeyman. Why wouldn't he fight Derevyanchenko? Who's done more? Golovkin. So why didn't Golovkin fight Derevyanchenko? That should be, if it comes to you losing your belt or not getting your belt, excuse me, losing your belt or keeping your belt, all you have to do is fight the mandatory. Then why not do it? If you're confident. So obviously, to me, I think this is the indication that they looked at Derevyanchenko as too much of a risk, either a risk that they could lose or they could potentially look bad. So they rather just like, man, we don't even want to be in a tough fight like that. So we'll just skip it totally. And if they come and get their belt, then they come and get their belt. We'd much rather fight Vanes Martirosyan, who has never fought at this division, because that's a for show win, which it was. That's what it said. But like I said, they say, oh, this guy cherry picked. Floyd's a cherry picker. That's why I hate him. So what is that? What is that? If you're gonna fight Vanes, but you don't want to fight Erislandy Lara when he called you out and he beat Vanes. You don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade and he beat Vanes. And both of those guys have been a little bit more active, or a lot more active, than Vanes Martirosyan. You don't want to fight Derevyanchenko because the money probably doesn't match the risk, and you don't want to risk that Canelo future bag in September when Canelo's off his suspension. I didn't see the super chat. Hold on. So to me, that shows something about the fighter. Like, Myron Dinnert, $5 super chat. If you could only watch one fight between Lomachenko and Garcia, Crawford and Spence, Joshua Wilder, what the hell, man? That's a hard ass question. I hope I don't. Or Triple G Charlo, who would you watch? Probably Joshua Wilder. But I mean, that's hard. I just like Joshua Wilder, all of what it, because it's been a minute since we had a heavyweight division. I mean, that's a fucked up question. Not saying you're fucked up, but it's fucked up because in boxing, we the fans, we should get all of those fights. But if you're gonna put me on a spot like that, I would say Joshua Wilder, because that in its entirety is really the most ready-made. Is gonna be a probably a blockbuster. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything is like form fitted for right now. Like, I think Joshua Wilder, it makes good money. I think it'll do a good crowd. You could put it on pay per view. It'll probably end in a knockout. So it's like everything is really ready made right now. Two guys with majority knockouts in their fight. Only one person has survived with each of them in 40 fights and 20 fights. So I would say that. But I mean, realistically, I don't think I should have to choose. I want to see all those fights that you listed. Someone said hardest $5 question ever. Yeah, but I mean, I want to see Mikey Loma real bad. But see, Lomachenko, I'm telling you, Mikey had. I think my if I already feel this, but I'm gonna learn a lot about Mikey Garcia in this Robert Easter fight. If he goes and smokes Robert Easter, then I want all the high tech man fans and like Lomas is better than legends, all those people, please bet like that. That's all I'm asking you. Because if Mikey goes and smokes Robert Easter and he looks like super impressive or stops him, then I'm really gonna say I gotta lean with Mikey. So I hope all the Lomachenko fanatics, box box fans or whatever, that really think Lomachenko is the unbeatable or whatever, even though he has a loss, which is funny. But I want them to bet like that because I'll put money on Mikey. I'll put money like Mikey as a fight prediction. If the odds are heavily favoring Lomachenko, I'll put money on Mikey. If people, basically this is what I don't understand. Like ESPN, the way they praise, and I was just in a boxing gym today, and we were talking about Lomachenko. They said Lomachenko's fights. It was a trainer that told me. The trainer told me, and this was I didn't have my camera rolling, but he told me. See, this why y'all can't fuck with the channel because I be around the situation. I be around boxing trainers all the time, fighters all the time. But anyway, I wasn't recording. We were just all chopping it up about various issues in boxing. But the trainer says I put them fights, them Lomachenko fights, on mute because he says no matter what the other guy is doing, they don't ever give the other guy credit. It's all about what Lomachenko's doing well, which is absolutely true. And the funny thing I think about, like when I look at Top Rank and when I look at ESPN and stuff, how they treat Lomachenko and Terrence Crawford, we know both fighters are good, but you notice they let Terrence Crawford more so speak for himself. Like they don't overly promote the product. Like they don't like, oh, Terrence Crawford. It's just like everyone knows he's good. But when it comes to Lomachenko, the commentary is so heavily skewed. It's like they're trying. It's almost like they're trying to convince people more than anything else. You know what I mean? They're just like they're trying to convince him by putting on more. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're trying to like force you to feel this way about this fighter. But with Crawford, we just know the motherfucker's good, so they'll keep it basic. They'll be like, "Oh, Crawford, he's a hell of a fighter." Like, is Bob Arum's not talking about he's Muhammad Ali because he knows he doesn't really have to sell nothing with Crawford. Crawford is a adjuster. What did Eminem say? I'm not a rapper. I'm an adapter. I can adjust. You know what I'm saying? Crawford's an adjuster. So you don't really have to, it's just like some steak or some shit. If you get a good cut of steak from a nice grocery store, you could put salt and pepper in that steak, gonna be good. Just cook it right. You know what I mean? You don't really have to add a bunch of ingredients. But when I hear them talk about Lomachenko, like especially on like ESPN, Bob Arum, they talk about Lomachenko, it's like almost like they're selling you something. You know what I mean? I know Lomachenko's good, but it's like they have to put that extra ingredients on it and shit like that. With Crawford, it's just like the world can see he's good, so they just keep it basic, just like they did with Chocolatito. Like Chocolatito was on the HBO network, and they talk about, oh, Chocolatito, the way his offense it just flows. This is why people like watching him as opposed to Mayweather, because Mayweather is more defensive, and Chocolatito he just the way he slips from his defense into his offense. Yeah, but look at the way he slips onto the canvas when Sor Rungvisai is hitting him with belligerent body shots. You know what I'm saying? So these guys, they always talk about Mayweather's defense. Oh, yeah, some people may not prefer the Mayweather style because he defend. Mayweather is never on the ground like, ah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really respect boxing. That's why I keep it so real with y'all. Mayweather's not getting beat the fuck up by a guy who used to be a Muay Thai fighter. You know what I'm saying? Chocolatito literally, how you go from Sor Rungvisai arguably winning that fight, but getting knocked down, but arguably winning, but they lost, to getting annihilated in the rematch. He lost every single round. That's why I don't listen to networks and promoters, because I can see when a motherfucker's good. I don't need you to tell me like or overdo it. You know what I mean? They telling me Chocolatito, oh, this is why I can understand why some people would prefer a Chocolatito style as opposed to Floyd. You know what I'm saying? I can understand why he would sell out these venues and they're doing all this. But yeah, Floyd does better numbers, made more money in the sport than Chocolatito, and he's not getting slept by a guy from Thailand with a minimal boxing experience, with power that's arguably because like I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. You know what I'm saying? Juan Francisco Gallo Estrada did better versus Sor Rungvisai than Chocolatito. You guys do realize that. Nobody's talking about my boy El Gallo, right? One, I'm gonna say it again. If y'all want me to say it again, smash the like button. Could I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I'm TB Ego. That's why I don't listen to half of this shit in this game. I'm gonna say it again. Mark my words. Juan Francisco El Gallo Estrada did much better versus Sor Rungvisai than Chocolatito did in both fights. Chocolatito had two, and he don't even get El Gallo don't even get the praise like Chocolatito was getting. But he did much better. He arguably beat Rungvisai. I think I gave it to Rungvisai, to be honest, but no doubt he did better. He did way better than Chocolatito in both fights because he didn't get knocked down like the first fight. And I don't even have to talk about the second fight. Chocolatito was he gonna cry in the car. He was on the canvas like I'm not being funny. It looked like he was crying, like he was just so distraught or something. So yeah, El Gallo did way better, but HBO wasn't. Why are they not talking about El Gallo like that? You know what I'm saying? It was on their network, if I'm not mistaken. Why weren't they talking about Estrada like that? Why were they like, oh yeah, he's this is the best ever. He did way better than versus Sor Rungvisai. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't listen to all this shit. HBO talking about, oh, I can see why people would prefer Chocolatito because he's offensive. Offensive, cool, but offense will also get you smoked in this motherfucker. So everyone keeps talking about Floyd defense like he's just doing it to be cute. Like, oh yeah, this is his defense and this defense first. This not what the fans. Okay, then get your ass smoked like your pops used to. You know what I'm saying? Get knocked out then, and then watch everyone abandon that fighter anyway, cause they never they never had it. So yeah, man, it just seems like some of the networks they like I said, Terrence Crawford they keep it basic. They don't overdo it. But with Lomachenko, they make it like he's invincible. I don't see that. I think he's a good fighter, very good fighter. But they make it sound like he's invincible. But I'm like, why are they not praising Crawford like this? Why, like, oh yeah, Crawford will beat Aaron Pryor and he's better than Muhammad Ali. Why are you not doing that for Crawford? He looks harder to beat to me than Lomachenko. So again, if y'all disrespect, if excuse me, not to think too much ahead, but if Mikey Garcia looks good versus Robert Easter, if he does, I'm definitely favoring him over Lomachenko. Like if the odds are heavily see, but the thing is, motherfuckers be fake because they be like, oh, Kovalev is God, Lomachenko, Triple G. You know what I mean? They say this, and then I look at the sports bet, and then like the odds, and they're not as far away. So I know y'all just be talking. Oh, Kovalev's gonna kill Andre Ward, and then I was in Vegas and I seen the odds, and it had Ward winning. But shit, if y'all put major bets down, how y'all comment on YouTube, I'm eating because a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. You know what I mean? So keep telling me, like, if you believe, listen, that's all I'm gonna say. I want to wish Lomachenko a speedy recovery. But if Mikey Garcia looks good, very good against Robert Easter, then I gotta pick him over Lomachenko at 35. I didn't hear Crawford's comments on Spence, so I can't really comment. The media always have minorities as the underdogs. Whatever. Yeah, that's just the way they I guess they're trying to play the game. That's why I said new media. That's why we had to come out with our own shit. Shout out to La Raza. Shout out to everybody, man. But more importantly, shout out to the truth. We the truth in this bitch. Yeah, man. But they never even bet how they talk on YouTube and in forums on websites and shit. It's always a bunch of no. Oh yeah, Windmill Wilder. But then if he fights Joshua, watch the odds be close. You know what I mean? But let them tell it. They should have some crazy. If Wilder is Windmill Wilder and Bum Squad, then let me see that in the odds. I'll put money on Wilder because then you're gonna make the odds heavily against Wilder and heavily in favor of Joshua. Like do it to the point where if I bet $1, have the if Wilder is Windmill Wilder and he ain't fought no one and Luis Ortiz was robbed of knocking him out and all this shit that y'all say, then bet like that. When Joshua and Wilder fight, bet like that. So if I put $1 down for Wilder, I get $250 because the odds are so heavily in favor of Joshua. If I bet $1, I get $500. But they don't bet like that because when people have to risk their money, these motherfuckers come to their senses real quick. Real quick. You're like, oh, Floyd's a bitch. Oh, pillow fisted Floyd. But then why is he always the favorite on the scorecards? You know what I'm saying? If he's pillow fisted and waited for people to get out of prime and he sucks and cherry picker, then why aren't y'all betting like that? Fake shit. But Mikey versus Loma is a mega fight if Mikey gets past Easter. Business Brains, $5 super chat. Thank you. Most of the stands are broke anyway. Yeah, that's the other thing. Robinson, Ego. I'm saying Wilder's power and awkwardness make me put my money on him. Exactly, because you can't train for that. I talked to a heavyweight. He told me, he says Wilder's power is clearly on a league in a league of his own, and he's been in there with Luis Ortiz, Povetkin, Joshua, and Wilder. He's been in there with all of them, and that's what he told me personally. So, hey, who win? Okay, someone said who wins Easter or Mikey? I would favor Mikey based on consistency and consistent performances. However, it's still any man's fight depending on how they fight. Me personally, if I was gonna bet on that, I would bet towards Mikey because his performances are consistent. All listen, all these motherfuckers who are just making it sound like it's gonna be an easy work blowout, y'all don't know shit about boxing, right? Here's why. If you feel it's a, why are people excited about the fight if it's gonna be an easy work blowout? One. Number two, the Lipinets fight wasn't even an easy work blowout. Mikey won that fight for sure, but he didn't like. Did Mikey Garcia, in your honest opinion, Mikey Garcia versus Lipinets? I'm not disputing that he won because obviously I said he won, and especially with the knockdown that sealed it. But was it a Mayweather versus Canelo where he just like shitted on him and embarrassed Lipinets and made Lipinets look like he didn't belong in the same ring? Does anyone believe that? Does anyone that watched from start to finish Garcia versus Lipinets, does anyone believe that Mikey dogged him on the level of Mayweather Canelo? Exactly. Look how many people are putting no. The people being realistic, you have to, as a respect to these fighters that lace them up, you have to acknowledge competition, competitiveness. No, you're full of raw. Holloman said kind of. It's either a yes or no question. Either Mikey. Okay, see this is the worst part about boxing fans. Just because you don't want to take race, take emotion, take pride, take favorites out of the equation and listen to the question. If you put Mikey Garcia versus Lipinets on the same pedestal as Mayweather versus Canelo, you sound crazy. Like it's not Mikey won for sure, but he didn't win in the fashion of Mayweather versus Canelo where he just dogged him. Cuz how could you even say kind of to that? Canelo literally won possibly no rounds, maybe one, maybe two or so, right? Some people gave him 0 rounds. Mikey Garcia fight wasn't like that. If you really and truly watched the fight, Lipinus didn't lose every single round. He didn't lose every second of the round. Canelo literally lost every second of the round. So if you're a boxing fan, and you have so much pride you can't admit simple things like that, and you would put Lipinus Garcia, which was competitive. See, you guys have to understand. There's a difference between a fight being competitive and still knowing who won versus a blowout. Canelo got tore out the fucking frame. He didn't have no answers for Floyd. Lipinets was still working, still trying, still landing. He just was losing the rounds. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you guys view boxing. There's some fights are like I went to see Crawford versus Postal. Crawford got off on Postal. Postal did nothing that whole fight. So if I were to compare Ward Kovalev 1 to that, that wouldn't even make sense because Crawford all the way pulled away from Postal versus Ward Kovalev was competitive no matter who you had winning. You know what I'm saying? So a fight could be competitive and you could still be able to tell who's winning. Mayweather versus Canelo wasn't really competitive at all. After the third round, what did Canelo do? He didn't do anything. Mikey Lipinets, I thought Mikey won the fight, and I thought he won more rounds. But there were spots where Lipinets was doing good. It was just what he didn't get dogged and blown out like that. It was good, competitive, fun fight, and that's it. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. So all the people who are saying Robert Easter is getting blown out, who has Mikey ever blown out? And I love Mikey Garcia to death, but I want to know from like when's the last person that he blew out? Like he pitched a shutout. That's a good assessment. Mikey was too careful in the fight, even when he hurt Lipinets. He didn't go after his ass. He post fight interview. He said he didn't want to get reckless and risk getting dropped himself and secure the win. Yeah, I'm just saying, like Nate, like if you think the and I'm telling you from the stance of someone who's picking Mikey, who just told you they believe Mikey has what it takes to beat Robert Easter and that he would. But what Mikey Garcia fight did he win every single round? Someone said AB. What do y'all think? I don't think he won every. I thought he came pretty close, but I don't think he won every round because there was points in the fight. I was at the fight where Broner hurt Mikey Garcia. Salido, bad example because he started off dominating. See, this is why I don't even like talking to people with boxing because some people don't. They just throw in names. Salido, he started off dominating Salido, knocked him down 4 times, but by the second half of the fight, Salido started coming alive, and then it was a broken nose that kind of prematurely ended the fight. But Salido started getting their second win. Salido started to come alive right before the injury, and then he got injured, and then he said, "Do you want to continue?" And he was like, "I can't. My nose is broke." You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say that was like a pure dominate because it kind of ended traditionally, untraditionally, non-traditionally. Salido was scrapping better than Broner. Oh, for sure, but it was in the second half. So either way, it's been a minute. Like you know what I mean? Wamba Lopez, I can't even say he dominated. He pretty he destroyed him, but I don't know dominate because not Wamba. Rocky Martinez dropped him. Dayon's Letitia got fucked up, but that was only a 2 round fight. So I'm kind of thinking of fights that like more that went the stretch. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, but bottom line is this: I don't even want to play this game anymore. I think the Robert Easter Jr. fight would be competitive. That's the bottom line, because I can't think of a person that went several rounds with Mikey Garcia, and it wasn't like somewhat competitive. That's just my opinion. I think the fight will be competitive for sure. And the other thing you guys have to understand is when you're fighting a Mikey Garcia or someone on that Canelo or whatever, Floyd, these dudes they want to win. You know what I mean? That's just it is what it is. They clearly want to win because like Javier Fortuna, I'm not saying he did Easter didn't want to win, But it's very easy to overlook a guy like that. You think, oh, I'm taller, I'm bigger. He's moving up in weight. He's been stopped by Jason Sosa in a lower weight class. He ain't fucking with me. That like as a fighter, I could understand how a fighter could overlook someone like Javier Fortuna and then be put in the. And shout out to I know Team Fortuna. Shout out to my people with him. Um, it's very easy to look at those circumstances and then try to write him off, and then he put you in a tougher fight than you expected, and he was awkward, much more awkward than you expected, and then you're just stuck dealing with that. But if you fight Mikey Garcia, you're not gonna overlook. It's just gonna be whoever's has the better game plan, whoever has more skill. But I don't see how you would overlook Mikey in training. Who lost every round? What? Who lost every round? What are you talking about? I think the Easter Mikey Garcia is a good fight. I think it'll be competitive. A lot of people see that's what I'm saying. Just do like I do in the hot seat. When people have these like super radical, super radical points of view, oh, so and so's getting killed and murdered. Just ask them, break down the fight. Just ask them to break it down and see what they're saying. Like, see what intellect you get, what insight you get from it. But and the other thing is Robert Easter, whether you thought he had questionable gift decisions or whatever, he's in competitive fights and he's giving it his all. He's throwing punches, and he has not been stopped or like he got dropped technically because his glove touched with Richard Comey, but who stopped him? Who's came close to stopping Easter? So either way, I think even if Mikey does were to stop him, he would have to put it together, and I think it'd be like I don't know. I don't even want to talk about this anymore because I feel like it's just redundant to even talk about. Easter is a threat. Even if he doesn't always fight tall, he is tall. So you have to put it together. You have to find your spots and try to put it together. So I don't see how Mikey would just come out, fill it out. And I think during those moments, it'll be competitive. Other thing, Easter is gonna have to, in my opinion, he's gonna have to fight taller. Mikey has a very good jab. I think the best usage that I remember, I happened to be at the fight at the Dejan's Latishanen. Dejan's Latishanen fight, he had an excellent jab. He was doubling up, tripling in, ha 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 ha. You know what I mean? So Easter's gonna have to fight tall. If he doesn't, that plays more into Mikey, boxer puncher, counter puncher with a good jab. I don't think Mikey could knock out Easter. That would be a hell of a statement if he knocks him out. If either guy gets a knockout. Yeah, that's my only advice to Easter. I mean, not like I'm his trainer or nothing. But and the other thing, I like this dynamic. Easter's with Kevin Cunningham for this camp. Maybe he could. Maybe I don't know. I'm not trying to badmouth who he's with. I don't know. I don't even know who he is with. But maybe being away from Ohio, maybe being a new trainer, a new face, plus you know you're facing Mikey, you don't know. You don't know. He might look reinvented. Kevin Cunningham could be having him do something that he's not used to doing. We might see the best Robert Easter. Maybe we don't. I don't know. It's boxing. We'll find out shortly. But it's gonna definitely have to be smart and pick his spots fighting on the inside. I know that's what he likes to do, but you don't want to just trade because Mikey's power. He just dropped Lipinets with a clean ass shot, beautiful 1-2s that were hurting Lipinets at 140. So I think Mikey's actually even stronger at 35. Stafford was with him his last fight. That's what I'm saying. Maybe this switch reinvigorates him. Maybe the fact that he has a big name that he's been calling for reinvigorates him. I can't wait. Should be a good fight. Anyway, I'm about to go get something to eat. I might do another stream later. I'm just in Vegas. I'm gonna see what I choked on this drink. Yeah, it's Thursday, so I don't know if I'm gonna do anything. I'll probably do something for tomorrow. Friday, Saturday is lit in Vegas. I don't smoke, so no. Damn trout, that's a good bet. Yeah, Vegas is cracking. Shout out to H Town. Lots of stuff going on in boxing though. Hey, do y'all think Dillian White, Eddie Hearn, do you think he ducked Luis King Kong Ortiz or not? Was that a duck? He's fighting Joseph Parker. Is that a duck? Damn. Duck or no duck, huh? Damn, y'all going in. Shout out to the NO. Damn. Most of the comments I'm seeing are going in. Listen, I told you that he was. Man, Luis Ortiz is like the most feared heavyweight because he provides less business, like in terms of the monetary shit, but he's dangerous. Someone said Affleck. I'm done. Eddie Hearn, and I told you Eddie Hearn was like trying to play the role, like, oh yeah, the Dillian White Luis Ortiz fight is still possible, knowing he was negotiating with Joseph Parker, and King Kong's team came out and said it. They told ESPN like we knew they weren't gonna fight us. That's why we're surprised when they were acting like they would, because we know we're too much risk for them. Anyway, I'm about to go get something to eat, chill out. I might come back. Peace out.